Stay tuned because for the next 60 minutes, Motorsports Unlimited is on the air. Hi, I'm Jerry Bryant, and these are the lovely ladies of motorsports. And all this hour, we're going to have 60 minutes of action-packed excitement. All kinds of exciting things will happen. And we got the famous Bill Wildt, and we got all kinds of other good stuff that's happening all this hour. Motorsports Unlimited, 60 minutes of non-stop action. So let's go to the studio right now.
Hi everybody, I'm Janine Lauschat, and this is the 1123rd edition of Motorsports Unlimited. Today we're reaching back 19 years to show you how to change a flat tire. You see, we're getting ready for Chevy Vet Fest and The Rock, so we need a little time to prepare.
Hi,
and
I'm Angie K.
We know you're going to love this.
And I'm Lori Johnson.
And I'm Gina Niles.
And I'm Anita Davis.
I'm Chris Schutz. I'm Jan Mailer.
I'm Bill Wildt, and we would like to welcome you to Motorsports Unlimited Part 146. Today is going to be a special program in that this is sort of a special time of the year, although this is going to be hard for people that are watching this program right now in April and July and August, right, Christine?
Yeah, in September.
And September and all that. Perhaps what we should tell the audience is that we are taping this just a week in advance of Christmas 1989.
Right.
Because some people will be seeing it a week in advance of Christmas 1990.
Hard to believe, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But just so everybody understands that this is good. We don't do Christmas shows, and one of the reasons we don't do Christmas shows is because the tapes move from system to system to system, and it only makes sense on the first couple of systems.
And we can't get you to be Santa Claus.
And
I was just wondering about that today, Bill. We're going to do a Christmas show. I was just wondering about that.
This is it, and we're going to do something real special today. And the first thing that we're going to do, and I think we're going to start out first with Lori. Lori, if you would take your mic off.
Find it here.
Okay. And I'd like you to be the guest. Take the guest chair.
Take the guest chair.
Yeah. Oops. And there's a mic right there. You can flip that mic on yourself. Oops. You know, most of the guests that we have in this program are males. And they're absolutely delighted by our set.
that's
What do
true.
you think as a girl?
It's wonderful.
It's just wonderful. All right, what I wanted to do is generally when we have girls come on the program for the first time, last week was crazy because you guys all kind of popped in on me, and of course we were delighted to have fresh girls, but we like our audience to know you guys a little bit. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do for a living?
What I do?
Yeah.
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I'm a nanny for a 10-year-old in the mornings, and I work for a real estate appraiser. And I do modeling and acting, and I'm working on my first low-budget film called Carnivore. That's my first starring role.
Oh, well,
So,
that's terrific. Congratulations. I'm sure
Thanks.
that's quite an achievement. One of the questions we always like to ask our guests is if I could wave a magic wand, and we presume all the good things like health and happiness and all that stuff, but if I could wave a magic wand professionally, where would you like to end up? Where would you like to end up if you could get your big dream?
My big dream?
Yeah.
In New York doing a soap opera.
Is that right? New
Yes.
York doing a soap opera? Okay, well, boy, we certainly wish you luck on it. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is, now that our audience knows Lori Johnson a little bit, matter of fact, we were a big hit last week modeling the new costume, and let's tell our audience right away that the new costumes, we're going to go with that. And looks like first of the year, we'll have the new top parts of the costume. You liked it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
did.
You look great. Everybody enjoyed you. Now, if you could take your microphone off, come back over here as a Crusaderette.
There you go. There we go.
Another one with your contacts, Angie?
Pardon
My
me?
glasses on.
My contacts. Are you implying that there's something wrong with my contacts?
Like losing them, yeah.
I've got them back.
Manita?
Manita.
Okay, I'm never going to do it with a dialect, but you're next. If we can get you to, in fact, maybe you can
She can just move over.
You can just move over and keep the microphone you have, perhaps. Make a
that'd
guest
be
out of you here
easier.
for a few moments.
There you go.
Okay. Now you heard what we just did, and we like our audience to know the girls. It's what I always say is it's fine for the audience to enjoy all you girls as pretty girls. Certainly we like that, but we also like them to know you as people a little bit too. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Do you work or?
No, I'm not working, but I am enrolled in Columbia College,
Okay.
a full-time student, majoring in theater and music.
Okay. And what would you like to do with your life?
I plan to be a professional model
Okay.
anytime soon. School comes first, you know.
Yeah, well, sure it does, and in a sense that everything we do in life is learning and school and all that. Now, the same question I asked Lori. If I could wave a magic wand and all the good things that could possibly happen to you in life happened, what would you be doing?
Well, I would like to go to New York and, be on runway as one of the top professional models.
Runway model?
Yes.
That's what appeals to you most? Okay, well, that's certainly those are admirable. Can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 20 now.
Yeah, because you just had a birthday. You were
Right.
19 last week, and you just had a birthday.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to ask you to back up in your stool again, and what we're going to do with the show today, yeah, you can come right back up here now. What we're going to do with the show today, and this is, like I say, it's going to be a little bit different, and last week I invited our audience. Lori, what did I ask you to tell the audience last week we're going to do this week? Do you remember? Because you didn't have your glasses on.
I don't remember. I was too nervous. I don't know. I
Now
don't
wait,
remember.
who was here? Janet, you were here last week, right?
Yeah, I was here.
What did I tell the audience we were going to do this week? Let me refresh your
It's
memory.
not just me.
I know, and I wasn't even here last week.
I know.
No,
I
Chris,
don't
not you,
remember.
Chris.
Not me, I can't.
Let me refresh your memory just a little bit. I told all of the guys to make sure that the ladies of the house watch the program this week.
Oh, that's our
Oh, yeah.
I remember that part about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember
the reason why,
I don't
Janet?
remember the
About
rest.
changing a tire.
Changing a tire. We're going to.
That's what it is.
Wait,
Okay.
you're not going to interview the rest of us?
No, you guys have been interviewed dozens of times.
We have to be here, Angie.
You guys have to be here. I just want the audience to know the new girls. The audience,
Angie's
known Gina Niles for
I'm a
years.
has-been at 20.
Angie's disappointed.
I'll tell you what we want to do right now.
guys.
Is we want to take and put this thing. Angie, you learned how to change a tire, right?
I sure did.
And you didn't know how to do this?
No.
Okay. Because one of the things we're going to do tonight is that we are going to teach our audience, and I hope the guys that are watching this right now are getting their ladies into the living room.
Wise. Yes.
And Christine tells me, by the way, because she saw the little teaser piece we put on last week, she says the girls are going to hate this.
We're going to hate it?
No, the women at home
wives.
that we're trying to get them into the
Oh.
living room to watch this. Right, Chris? Didn't you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that's true though. I think
I
they
don't
will.
think so.
No, I think
Like you said, I saw the opening shot.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's take
It's terrific.
Lori and Angie. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll this tape?
Okay.
I'm sure that, well, Kristen, you guys are all going to see this on the monitor, so you can tell me if you think that the wives at home are going to hate it.
Gee, Motorsports Unlimited looked a lot different nearly 20 years ago. Hi, I'm May Chin. Let's check out the tape the girls are going to row.
Well, if you have ever been a damsel in distress and had a flat tire like our Angie K here, and I should probably say that we are pretending, right, Angie?
Right, because my tire really isn't flat and it's not my tire.
Your tire isn't flat and it's not your tire, but we're going to pretend that you've got a flat in the left rear. As you know, Angie, during the past few years, very, very often people said, you know, you really ought to show people simple things like how to change a tire and things like that. What surprised me is I was kind of kidding around about it and talking to several of the girls, and what surprised me was that not one of them had any idea how to change a tire, including you.
We've never had to.
Boy, that's the wrong time to find out is when
I
you have to,
know.
okay? Now, first thing I want to explain, and I'm going to step over in front of you. First thing I want to explain, now we're going to just step back a little bit. We are going to pretend that this left rear tire is flat, all right?
Right.
Now, the first thing not to do is you don't want to panic, okay? Yeah, no. And you also don't have to stand on the side of the road showing a lot of leg to get somebody to come along and help. Let's presume this is
It works.
backwoods. Yes, I know. Let's presume there's nobody around, no traffic, no nothing.
Okay, I guess-
So you're stuck doing it. You have
Okay.
to do it. All right. The thing I want all the girls, yourself and all the other girls on our show, the thing I want them to realize is that these cars are designed to have the tires changed.
Okay.
Tires are a perishable item. So it's not like changing a fender that wasn't designed to have that changed. That's a major surgery thing. This is something, tires are perishable and they do get flats and they are designed to be changed. Obviously, what would be the first thing as you're looking at this? Assume it's flat and you can't go any further until you get it changed. So what do you think you have to do?
You'd have to jack up the back of the car.
Right, you'd have to get the thing up in the air, right?
Right.
Okay, let me point out, let's walk around this way. The other thing that we maybe should tell our audience, again, we'll pretend this is yours. Here's your keys.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Now I presume you would know that the spare's in the trunk, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now where do I put the key in? Ah.
This is Rich Sadkowski's very fancy Lincoln. None of us are used to this. Okay. Now, You had an idea then that you would find the spare in the trunk, right?
Yeah.
You kind of expected that's what it would be, okay? Where do you think the jack is going to be?
I don't know, in here somewhere.
All right, first let me explain. Vehicles have a number of different kinds of jacks. We picked this car specifically because we wanted a car that was kind of like 90% of the cars on the road that had a traditional bumper jack. We're going to show you that one, but I want the audience to understand that there are several different kinds of jacks, and there are also several different ways of jacking up a car. But again, what I want you to remember is that the cars, regardless of what brand it is, are designed. In some way, they're designed for this. This is a very common American example, American car example of the way it's done in American cars. So the first thing you do is you take a look and you pull the cover off of the spare. And you will notice that this happens to be a space saver spare. Do you have a spare? Do you have any idea what that means?
Yeah, it's put back there, sort of.
Well,
so
it
that
means the
does-
whole tire is smaller and the wheel is smaller, so this is only good for using for about 40 or 50 miles at a low speed.
Oh,
not
so
meant
it's just for emergencies,
It's
right?
just for emergencies.
Okay.
This is strictly a space-saving thing, so it doesn't fill the whole trunk, okay? Now, do you see what you need to do next? Again, what I want you to do, there's something else I want you to see. Almost all cars will have somewhere in either the trunk or somewhere in the vicinity of the spare, they'll have instructions if you look for it.
Yeah.
And here's a set of instructions.
Okay, we've set the parking brake.
Okay?
Remove the spare wheel and assemble the jack. So
Okay.
now I have to take the wheel out, right?
That's correct. Now go ahead and see if you can make heads or tails of it. You're actually turning it the right way. Now, this is a Motorsports Unlimited co-host for over a year, and she knows how to turn a screw. I'm very impressed.
Thanks, Bill.
Are you making any progress?
Yeah, okay. Can
Okay.
you hang on to
Now,
that?
you take the wing nut and you put it in a place where you know you can find it again, because you're going to want these parts when you're done. Now wait just a minute.
Jeez.
The thing you just unscrewed there, what's holding the wheel down is the base of the jack. They use it to hold the wheel down. So take that and pull that out. You're going to need that.
Okay, I
Now, if
take
you
it
turn
this
it
is
over,
the
you can
base
see
of
that
the
that's
jack.
the base of the jack. So you can put that right down next to you there.
Okay.
Okay, and that's very common in American automobiles to use the base of the jack as sort of a spacer to hold the wheel down.
Now,
okay?
do spare tires come as standard with the car?
Yes, they do.
Oh, how nice.
Believe it or not, there are some companies now that actually charge you extra for the spare because they want to show that the retail list price is lower, but you really have to have a spare in your car.
Okay.
Okay, now just go ahead and pull it out. Now you don't
What
have to
about
worry
this
about that.
then?
That'll
I
just tip
don't?
over as you pull it.
Okay. You know, if I didn't have heels on, this might be easier to get.
Well, we have to presume that you've been out for the evening and you just got a flat tire. So
And I'm wearing heels.
and you're wearing heels. I want to see if you can handle this. Okay, now wait just a second right there.
I look so graceful.
No, that's all right. Now, again, you know, Hercules once said, give me a lever long enough and I can lift the world. So what you want to try to do is take advantage of the mechanical advantage around you. All right, now you've got the wheel. Okay, so why don't you take and roll it over there, because I don't want to help you on this, and then the audience will say if you weren't there, she couldn't have done it. Just lay it on the ground. Lay it right on the ground.
Oh, this way?
Yeah, on the ground. Okay, come back over here. Now, do you have any idea where the jack is? And this is also very common in American cars.
That thing over there?
Exactly. In other words, they put the jack pieces down, like the handle and all that. They put that underneath the spare tire, and the spare tire acts as like a bungee cord to kind of hold the pieces down and keep it from rattling. That's very common on American cars.
Is this the...
Oh.
Ow.
Yeah, you won't.
I'm not going to do very good on the highway, Bill.
No, you're going to do fine. You go ahead and just lay that over there. And you're also going to need the jack handle. That's that, right. Okay.
Okay.
Just take and lay that over there and we'll show you how these pieces work. I'm going to close the trunk lid.
Are the keys out?
Yeah, I've got the keys. Okay. Now, what I want you to understand is these cars are designed to be jacked up. So if you look at the corner, you have to realize you've got to jack it up on something strong. Obviously, you don't want to hook a piece of sheet metal or something like that. It has to be something strong, and the first thing that will come to mind is the bumpers. They're big and heavy. So you want to find the bumper, the place on the bumper to put the jack. Now, first of all, it wouldn't be towards the middle of the car, because that would mean the jack would have to lift the entire weight of the back of the car.
Right, you just want the corner.
You just want the corner, so it's got to be somewhere over on this side. And I told you that the factory designs these things to have the wheels changed, to have the tires changed, right? Normally, on a less expensive car, this is a Lincoln, it's a very expensive car, so they make sure that there's no carriage bolt heads showing. Normally, you'd see a couple of carriage head bolt heads here.
On the outside?
On the outside, they're like round bolts, they're decorative, you know? Okay, they would be sitting there, and that tells you that that's where the supports for the bumper come off the frame. This one doesn't have it. They spend a lot of time making sure they have a nice smooth line back there, but if you lay your hands right underneath here, tell me what you feel here.
There's a little area there that's kind of indented.
Right, there's a notch there for it, right? Okay, that's where they want the jack to go.
Okay.
Okay, now, we start out, take the base and put it underneath where that notch is. And you put the long part towards the front of the car. Okay?
Towards the front?
No, just where you had it, that's good. Okay, and put it underneath, again, check where that notch is. I think it's further over. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, now pull that base back a little further. More, okay? Now, take the jack itself, which is that piece there.
This?
Yep. And I want you to just take a look at it, and that's good. No, don't hurt yourself. Let it hang down like that. That's okay. I want you to show it to the audience, okay? And I want you to look at it and tell me what you think. Can you make heads or tails of this?
I would assume that like goes in there, right? In the hole?
No, this is what you hook under the bumper.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So, if you think about it, and this is where the jack handle is going to go.
Right.
All right? So, if you think about it like that, you realize, well, this thing must go sort of like this, right?
Okay.
Okay? Set it into its base. And you want to make sure it's all the way in and it's square. And you'll have to pull this part up a little bit. There you go. And make sure that's square in the base. Okay? Okay, you got it good. Now you want to slide this up underneath there with the hook into the notch part.
How do you lower
I think you raised it a little too high.
Yeah, how do you lower it?
Just kind of let go of it. There you go. Okay, now push it under and pull it up against it. Now, how are you going to keep it from ratcheting down like that? What do you think?
There's got to be a screw on there, right?
Got to be some kind of see this lever here?
Yeah.
Okay, this piece right here, pull that up.
Pull that up?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now it won't ratchet down. You can let go of it.
Okay.
Okay, good, just like that. Now, go ahead and stand up. Let me explain a couple more things. Step over there. Face your audience. Now, a couple of things I want to mention. We're not going to go through a great ordeal on this thing because we are in a shop here and we've kind of constructed this a little bit. It is always a good idea to chock the front wheel when you're taking off the back wheel, and you should do it cross corner. In other words, you're going to jack up this corner. This isn't always possible. That's one of the reasons I don't want to go to a great ordeal to do it. It's not always possible to do this. If you're out someplace and you don't have anything to chock the wheel with, you just have to go without it.
What do you mean chock the wheel?
Put something in front of the right front wheel so when you jack this up, it doesn't tend to roll off the jack that way. It'll be pushing against it.
See, you've put your parking brake on, so.
Parking brake only affects the rear wheels.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, we're going to pull one of those off the ground. So, you would normally chock the front wheel diagonally across, put the chock in front of it.
What would you need, like a little wedge type thing
to
stick in?
A little block, anything, a stone, a rock that you find on the side of the road, anything to keep the car from rolling that way. But we're just going to be extra careful of how we pick the car up because sometimes, like I say, you're not going to be able to do that. You're just not going to have anything to chock the wheel with. Okay? Now, what do you think that handle is for?
That goes in here so that you can jack it up, right?
That's right. Now go ahead and just give it a couple of tugs.
Tugs?
Well, go ahead and stick it in where you think it goes.
Gee, Bill, I don't know.
No.
This way?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, walk around over here. Make sure it's all the way in there. Okay, now go ahead and jack it. Now, lift it all the way up. There, when you hear that click,
Yeah.
okay, now.
Oh, that means this is working its way up these things?
That's exactly right. It's like little steps, okay? Yeah, hold it on the round part of the handle. Here, like this, right here. So it doesn't turn. Okay, now I don't want you to take it up any higher than that. I want you to stop right there.
Okay.
Because before you go any farther, you want to loosen the lug nuts. The reason being, if you get the wheel off the ground and you go to loosen the lug nuts, the wheel's going to want to turn, especially if you're working on a front wheel. This with the parking brake would probably be all right, but if you've got a front wheel, the wheel's going to want to turn and you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to have to let the car down again. So that's what the other end of this is for. If you notice, take a look at the other end of that thing, see what it's got in it.
Oh, I see. It fits right around the bolts.
Okay, and take a look at the front of it. Pull this out. And what do you think that's for?
I don't know. Is there a screw in there where you've got a...
Now let's walk over and look at the wheel now, because we have to loosen the lugs now.
Where are they?
Yeah, interesting question. Where do you think they are?
I think you have to take this off, right?
Ah, exactly. That's exactly correct. Now take a look at that end of that thing.
Oh, is this just to pry it off with?
That's exactly
okay.
right. Now, not out there. Not out there. You always got to look at the situation. This is actually the wheel itself. That's not a hubcap, but this is a hubcap.
Oh, I
so
see.
So carefully put it underneath there. If you notice it's got like a thing there, turn it, twist it like this. That's the idea. Carefully.
I hope I don't ruin Rich's car.
Okay, move it to another area if it doesn't quite come out there. Just move it around to another area.
Actually, it's easier up there. There's no
Okay.
other place I can get a grip on it. You just kind of drive it in.
Just don't bang it against the car. That's the idea. Now move it, work it down a little bit more. Now, like this, work it down this way a little bit more and twist it more. Now, that's enough.
It's not going to pop off right away, right?
Well, apparently not. Okay. Now, this is always a good thing. Any hubcap, or even this little hub thing, is a good idea to turn upside down, and that's where you put your lug nuts. Okay, because otherwise you're going to trample them into the ground as you're changing your tire, and then you're going to say, now where's the lug nuts? I got it all changed, and you're not going to be able to find them.
Right.
So, take this.
Wait, now what? You want me to take them off?
Yeah, all I want you to do is break them loose.
What do you mean by that?
Just
with this?
move them like a quarter or half a turn. There you go. Now wait a minute, Angie.
How do you know which way to turn them, though?
Okay, that's a good question.
Trial and error?
No, that's a good question. Now, most cars would be a normal counterclockwise to loosen.
So
Many
you go
Ford
this way.
cars, and this may be one of them, uses left-handed nuts on the left side of the car. Do you have any idea why?
Left-handed nuts on the left side of the car.
Right.
Over here. Because you're turning them... I don't know.
Because if they're normal counterclockwise to loosen, clockwise to tighten, if it's normal on this side, if they weren't tightened down quite enough, the wheels rotating in this direction have a natural tendency to want to work those loose.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if they turn them the other way, they have a natural tendency to tighten. All right. Most cars don't bother with it because they're more afraid of confusing people with it, as to which way to loosen it. They don't bother with it. But many Ford, now this being a Lincoln, I don't know which way these go. Why don't you try it one way and then the other? Try it the other way. Okay, and I want to show you one more thing first.
Bill, why
Okay.
didn't you get something for me to kneel on it? Then I could get more, I don't have any...
Okay, that's a good idea. We'll do that. Let's see if I can find something for you to kneel on, but I
'Cause
want to
I've
show you
got
something
no-
else. How about this, Angie?
Thank you. Okay. Well, I haven't the slightest idea which way this
Okay,
is
now
supposed
I
to
want to
go.
show you something else, and this is a recommendation that I wanted to make. I recommend everybody, male or female, spend a few bucks. These are available in any auto parts stores. They're available in department stores too that have automotive things. It's a very simple lug wrench, and it allows you to get twice the power into it. It's much easier to use. And if you'll notice, it's sort of a one-size-fits-all in that you just find out which one fits on your lug nut size. Follow me?
Oh, okay.
Just try one and then the other just until you find the one that fits. That's obviously not going to fit. Okay? Now, yeah, that's right. You either do it that way or the other way.
And now the car is rolling. Well, Bill, I've come to the conclusion that a damsel in distress cannot change a car tire.
Well, let me see if I can do it. This one might have been put on with an air wrench or... Okay. Just take it like that. It's a normal
Okay.
counterclockwise. But it's a good idea to check both ways on the left side of the car. There you go. That's good enough. You don't want to go any further. You just want to break them loose. How are we doing on time, guys? Okay, I'm getting, nobody knows. I'm going to have to walk over and take a look while you're breaking those loose. And all you want to do is just break them loose, Angie. Can you get it?
No.
I'll break a couple more loose.
Unless I move this. See if I've got
You got
this.
one of them. Let me try it. Okay. got them all broken loose now. You don't go any farther because there's still weight on the wheel. Now you've got to jack it up the rest of the way. Okay?
How hard? How high? Just until this goes all the way up?
You want the wheel off the ground. Now, you know what you forgot?
What is this thing here that keeps hitting me in the leg?
I'm going to let you find out. You have to go quite a ways because what happens is the suspension keeps sagging until you finally pull the wheel off the ground. It's also a good idea while you're doing this, Angie, to occasionally take a look and make sure the jack is still parallel to the ground so that the car hasn't started to tip off of it. Because if it does, then you've got to let it down and reposition the base of the jack a little bit.
I can
That's it.
feel it.
You can put 2 arms in there. You're almost there. Okay, come over here and check the tire and see if it's off the ground. The way you do it is you come over here and see if you can move it a little bit. If you can move it, it's off the ground. Yeah, see? It's off the ground. See, if you can move it back and forth a little bit, it's not touching the ground anymore, right?
Right.
Okay, now go ahead and take the lug nuts off the rest of the way. No, you're going to have
I
to
take
use
it you
a
can't
wrench.
do these like that.
I don't think it's going to be quite that easy. Now, while you're taking those off, Angie, I think we've got to change tapes. So don't go away, folks. We'll be right back, and we won't run ahead. We'll be right back, and she'll still be taking lug nuts off.
This material was taped 19 years ago. We can't help but wonder whatever happened to these fine young women. Most would be in their 40s by now. If anyone knows, we'd love to hear how they're doing.
Everybody saw it? Okay. Some of the things that I like to do here, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for our audience to meet some of the crew members. So what we're going to do, and Christine, maybe we'll start with you and Janet. Maybe you and Janet will take your mics off. And I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's go and grab John Platania.
Okay.
Okay? And bring him out here, 1, 2, 3. Have a seat, grab your microphone there. First of all, let me say that this is John Platania. John happens to be my neighbor, and he's gotten roped into this now. And John, you've been working with us, what, for about how long?
Oh, probably about 6 months now.
About 6 months you've been doing this with us now? And what are you doing tonight?
I'm technical director.
Okay, now, you've done a lot of camera work now, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, MTD. What haven't you done?
I can't believe that's John Platania. He looks like a kid. I just met John a year ago.
Directed, or like the audio.
Okay, directing and audio. Because it's pretty hard to pry Mike Sabatino off of audio.
Well, he's real good at it.
He's real good at it, and I'm getting real spoiled with him too. Anyhow, John, I want the audience to know a little bit about you. What do you do for a living?
I'm a mechanic.
For?
UPS.
Okay, and been doing it for quite a while.
About 13 years.
Okay, and you're married?
Yes, I am.
And kids?
2 kids.
Why don't you say hello to them?
Nikki and Teresa, hello, and Nancy.
I just wanted to see if you could remember their names real quick like that. Why do you participate in this, other than the fact that I bully you into it?
No, it's real interesting. A lot of experience. I mean, I've never been in a field like this with a lot of electronics and cameras and I find it real interesting.
Yeah, it is. In fact, all the guys that, because all the people we know are kind of car people or motorcycle people, and they all kind of like this stuff when they get involved. I think there must be a relationship there or something. Anyhow, we want to thank you for coming out here, and maybe you would go into the control room now, and we want to bring, why don't we bring Mark Spitzak out? Now, you know what that means.
I'm going to have to direct for a couple minutes.
Yeah,
huh?
see, this is going to be your first test of directing, so we're going to see how this goes. So why don't you go on in, and as a matter of fact, Gina, if you and Manitha, that's as good as I can do.
Okay, that'll do.
Okay, take your mics off. Go with John. Bring Mark Spitzak in here. Why am I not surprised that you like it?
Let's see. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Hi, Mark.
How am I doing? A good job?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Very nice.
Mark. Well, of course, Mark's been on our program before, and one of the things he was going to bring here tonight
I didn't say that.
Is the continuation of the drawing. Mark is an architectural illustrator, right, Mark?
Yeah, I try to be.
And you're working on on the ultimate race car shop for Motorsports Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
And you're probably going to whip it out and show it to us now how it's going?
I forgot it. I forgot it.
Mark, I want the audience to know you a little bit. Now, in fact, one of the things we should say, the people that are regular viewers of our show know at the end of the program we put the credits on. We do our program probably different than every other television program in almost every way.
In the world?
Well, yeah. And in almost every way. Like when we put the credits on the end, we don't put the director and the technical director and audio director and all that. What we do is put the production team. And the reason we do that is because everybody on this crew does all of the jobs. You're directing tonight. You've directed many times. You've been on the camera many times. You've done
We
audio.
switch it around. It keeps it more interesting.
Keep it
Everybody
more
shows a little bit of talent then. We can,
Right, and
see how they frame up their camera shots.
yeah, and as
I like this. This is nice. I haven't been out here like this.
now you know why we have such a long list of people who want to be guests.
I'm on the list again.
You're going to finish that illustration sooner than we thought.
Mark, what job do you like best?
What job do I like best?
Yeah.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like directing. Yeah. I like directing. And then going to camera, I think.
Okay, okay.
then
Would
we
you
can.
agree with what I've always said that you can't be a good cameraman until you've been a director, and you can't be a good director
And vice
until you've
versa.
been- It's the same
Right,
thing both
yeah.
ways, because you know what the director needs, and once you're
Once
out
you get in there,
know
you
what
come
can
out
do.
here, you're framing things up, right, Chuck?
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Mark, we're going to have the girls take you back out there now. In fact, we'll have
Already?
Angie and Laura.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running out of time again because.
Oh, I know.
And girls, when you're out there again, I want you to go ahead and put that other piece of tape in. So when you go out, make sure you close the door. Okay? If you guys would take Mark out now.
Yeah.
Bye, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Like any male, I find it hard to resist the impulse to do it for you, but I don't think that'll help you if you're by yourself. Okay, now you've got the lug nuts off. Now what do you think? What comes next?
Pull the tire off?
Well, okay. And
Can you, if you can?
Probably we should say tire and wheel. Now, I want to just talk for a second about leverage, okay? When you're doing things like when you're using this,
Yeah.
the longer these levers are, the greater the mechanical advantage you have, all right? So you want to make sure you work all the way out on the ends of these things when you're putting that, because it puts the most pressure on. And if you have a problem and you can find a piece of pipe or something to stick onto the end of it to even give you more leverage, that'll give you more strength. Believe me, the smallest little girl in the world can break these loose with a long enough lever, okay? So you want to take advantage. Now, right now you're going to try to pull that wheel off, but you don't want to try to carry it. So you just kind of scoot the thing off, the bottom off, and let it kind of sit on the ground as it comes off. Don't try to carry it. Go ahead, like that.
Okay.
Like that. Now just kind of drag it. That's it. You don't have to carry it. All you have to do is
Roll it
drag
away, right?
Sure. Just lay it on the ground over here. Okay. Now you want to take the fresh one, and again, don't try to carry it around the countryside. Just stand it up and roll it.
I'm assuming it goes this way.
Okay, now what you want to look at, and let's show our audience over here, is you see the way way these are countersunk? See this little taper in there? Take a look at one of the lug nuts. Pick up one of the lug nuts. You see how it's tapered there?
Yeah.
Now that fits, that taper matches this taper. I don't know if you've got a shot of that or not, Chuck, but...
Is that something you can't tell from this side?
Well, from this side it doesn't have that.
Oh, okay.
See here? It's just a sharp edge. So it's tapered on this side to match the taper of the lug nut.
Okay. So
Throw that
you
back
stick
in.
the tire on with the warning sticker label.
Well, they don't all have warning stickers, but you can see just by looking at it, this is designed to be the outside. That's where it's countersunk.
Okay.
Yeah, now this is the only part where it takes a little muscle, but I want to stop you for a second. There's a couple things you can do here. If you're real weak, and I know you're not.
I'm not real weak. It's just if I had
if you
jeans and
were-
a t-shirt on, I'd pick the whole thing up.
But if you were real weak, all you have to do is go and lower the jack a little bit, lower the car down, and get it to just about match, and you don't have to lift anything. I don't think it's necessary now because I think you can handle that. That's a very lightweight. Get your fingers out of there, though. You'll hurt yourself. Did you get it on? Okay, now you want one lug nut. Just start one thread on one lug nut, and you're home free.
And they go on anyway?
Yes, any which way. Just make sure that the tapered side matches the...
Matches that.
Okay, and you can put them all on. Okay, did you get them all kind of finger tight?
Almost. Okay.
Okay, now take the lug wrench and snug them down. If you notice, that one's marked with a little bit of white paint. That happens to be mine, and that fits the vehicle that's for. I always take and find which end is the right one for the vehicle I have and put a little spray paint on it.
Oh, that helps.
You just have to snug it, Angie. You don't have to tighten them now, but you want them snug. And the reason you want them snug, the reason you want to snug them down, is because when you set the weight on there, the
If it's not
bolts
tight
can't
enough,
center
won't
themselves.
it kind of wobble a little bit and come loose with wear and tear?
Well, no, we're not going to drive it with them just snug. We're going to tighten them, but we want to put the wheel on the ground first.
Okay.
So just snug them. Good, like that.
Boy, you have a chore in front of you if all four of them are flat.
Yes, you do. And can you imagine the guys when they do the NASCAR pit stops and they change all four
They
tires
do them
in
in
19
what?
seconds?
What's 19? That's
Yeah.
it?
Okay, now what do you think you have to do?
Lower the tire?
You have to lower the car down so that you can put the wheel on the ground so you can come back and torque those down then.
Okay, now, what do you do to get it to lower? You go the opposite direction that you were?
Exactly, but remember that lever that you moved the position on?
Yeah.
See this one here? Take a look and see what it says on that side. Usually it'll say up or down or
Yeah.
something. What does it say?
That's up.
That's up, so push it down.
Oh, and it won't, this
No.
won't slide?
Oh, no, not when it's got weight on it. Okay, and now just do the same thing you did before. Remember, no, you've got to push it down hard now. Push down hard. There.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Okay. You have to let it go through its range of travel. Keep control of that jack handle. Raise it up higher. There you go. It's got to go through the whole range. There you go.
Boy, it'd be nice if they had battery-operated ones that just lifted right up.
Well, you bet. And there are such things. Just keep right on going. It is a good idea for anyone, anytime they get a car, Angie. It'll actually go to one more shot, it'll probably fall down by itself then. There you go. Just pull the handle out, it's fine. It is a good idea anytime a person gets a new vehicle or a new used vehicle or anything like that. It's a really good idea, as I was telling you when we changed the tapes there, that I'll always take a new vehicle, take the lug nuts off, put a little anti-seize compound on the threads and run them back down. First of all, that assures me that they're tight, and second of all, it assures me I can get them off if I ever have to, you know?
Right, now were you going to tell me what this was for?
Okay, no. I don't even know what it's for.
Okay.
Oh, this is for a burglar alarm. This is the special nut to get, they usually put one fancy lug nut on that requires a special wrench to get it off, and this goes in here like that. It doesn't have it, but
okay.
It's a burglar deterrent. Okay, now come back over here because now you've got to torque those bolts down. Now the proper way to do this, I'm trying to get out of your camera shot, the proper way to do this, Angie, is you pick out any one, doesn't make any difference, and you tighten it down. I'll put this hand up here like that. Okay, good, that's far enough. Now go diagonally like that, and now snug that. Okay, again, you're going to skip one, you're going to go diagonally back to here.
Why?
Because it evenly torques the nuts. Now skip that one because you've done that, but you're going to come back to it anyway. Now go to that one, you haven't been there yet. When it's a 5-bolt pattern like this, it makes it simple. Okay, you should go around one more time.
Is that good enough?
Now here. Okay, and this one down here, and that's enough. And if you're unsure about it, you can go around several times. Just taking each time, give it a little snug turn. Okay? Now, that's fine. That would work just perfect. You don't worry about the hubcap, but don't leave it laying. Make sure you take it with you when you go.
Well, you don't put it back on?
No, because it doesn't fit on this wheel.
That's right.
That's strictly for that aluminum wheel. Okay, now step up here for a minute, Angie.
Do I leave these down here?
Yeah, you can leave all that there. We're not going to make you clean it up. I just wanted you to change the tire. Now, any surprises there? Was it kind of what you expected or different from what you expected?
Yeah, kind of what I expected.
Kind of what you expected? Okay, a couple things real quick. Not all cars use this kind of a jack. Some cars use like a little scissors jack, which uses a screw thread and the thing pops up that way. But if you look at it and think about it for a minute, you can figure it out. There's no magic there, and they are designed to lift the car. The other thing I want to mention is many of the Volkswagen did it for years and years and years. Let's step back here a little bit. And it's a matter, again, of looking. Go ahead, step right back here. Now, Volkswagen, for many years, they had a pickup point. It was real obvious if you knew what you were looking at. There was a pickup point for their jack to go in there. And because it was a small light car, you lifted the whole left side or the whole right side. It had the pickup points on there. Some of the new cars have little indentures in the rocker panel here because it goes right to the unibody frame, and one in the front. They want you to lift it from the side, and the jack is designed accordingly.
I see.
The point that I want you to understand is that these things are designed to be changed. And if you look, again, if you look at the instructions that I showed you in the trunk, all vehicles have something of that sort. Now, do you have any questions?
No.
Could you have handled that, you think, on the road?
Not this particular one. Well, maybe with a little more trying.
Sure, if you could have really leaned into it and got your knees into everything, you could have got it off.
Every damsel in distress should make sure that before she goes out driving, put some jeans in your car.
Hey, that's a good idea. That is a real good thought. Maybe you should have a jeans and sweatshirt rolled up in your car in case you get into this. Okay, that's it. We know how to change a tire now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Folks, I think we better get back to whatever show this is being inserted into. This is Mike Sabatino, and Mike is a person that has gotten me really lazy. Mike has his own recording studio, Fireside Recording Studios, right? Where we've actually done some of the band pieces that have put music together for us and all that we've done down in your studio. And you know how we just got through explaining that we like to have all the guys doing all the different jobs, directing and what have you. And what do you do every week?
I really just like the audio.
I can see you.
Thing is bent a little bit. But I enjoy audio the best.
And the problem is that I'm letting you get me lazy because I have real confidence in what you do with the audio, and I really should be moving you around because you're a good cameraman too.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I'm an electrician during the day. In the evenings, I pretty much run a recording studio.
Yeah, and you also have done some work with, the Vic Theater?
I did the electrical at the whole, we refurbished the whole Vic Theater.
And he did a great job tuning my guitar.
Good. And he did a great job tuning Angie's guitar. That's right, you
Thank
did tune Angie's guitar, didn't you? Anyhow, we wanted to get you out here and let the audience meet you. Finally, because you know they see you at the end all the time in a couple of places, usually on an audio board, and sometimes in with the musicians playing, right?
Yeah.
Because you are a musician too, we should say. In fact, some of the stuff that we've been hearing with the girls doing the walk-offs tonight was your work.
My work and my buddies, my friends.
Yeah, sure. Mark
DiMartino, Mike Preet, Gary Manzera, Ray Fabry, there's a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah, and they really do a great job putting together nice custom music for us. They really do a nice job with it.
Thank you.
Okay, girls, who's next? You two girls out there, why don't you take Mike Sabatino out and bring Joe Courtney in with you.
Introducing the crew members. Gee, I like that.
Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself. And, matter of fact, let me shorten it real quick because you won't know what I want you to tell them. You are a person, and I didn't even know people like this existed. You're a person that goes all around the country with drum and bugle corps, and you're a judge? If I got it right?
It's different pageantry units, which is color guards, drum and bugle corps, marching bands. But that's just my hobby, what I do part-time. I wish it was a full-time job.
And full-time you?
I'm a printer for an envelope manufacturing company.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you've printed some stuff up for us, which we very much appreciate it and all that. Why do you do this? Why do you do the? When I say this, I mean come in because you work with us every week, and it's obviously you're a busy man doing both the judging and all that. Why do you do this?
Well, it's an opportunity to learn the different positions, learn about teleproductions, and eventually I like to do my own videos.
Okay.
So it gives me the opportunity to see what the shows are like and how to make one up in the different spots, cameras, audio, the character generator, which I have an opportunity to do here now. So.
Yeah, you're doing character generator tonight, which brings up an interesting question. Are we going to get your name up because you're in here?
Well, I did it before I came out, so.
Oh, so you think we're going to get it? Okay.
No,
You thought ahead.
Okay, Joe, thanks for coming out. And who's next? You girls are going to take Joe out? I know how to treat a guest coming in and out here. This is Chuck Itzenthaler, right, Chuck?
Yes, sir.
You're no stranger to Motorsports Unlimited. We've had you on a number of times, right?
Oh, an eternity, Bill. I'll tell you.
Okay. This time, we've had you on here with your cars. And as a matter of fact, you did the lifestyle show that's done in this studio, right?
Yes.
And that had to do with your, help me, I never remember the name of the thing.
Counter-espionage work.
Right. In other words, you look for bugs and things like that.
I'm the Orkin of the electronics world. I get rid of the bugs.
We know about your car. Obviously, we've had you on for that, right? And we also know that you're involved with this counter-espionage work. Am I saying it right? Okay, we know that. In fact, some of the audience, regular viewers, probably know that you're also a grinder because we've had some shots of you in where you work in Grind Lab Corporation, right?
Yes, I'm the foreman in the corporation.
Okay, now what they don't know is Chuck cannot resist anything that is cute, right?
Yeah, that's and tiny too.
Yeah, so I hope our audience will remember that we did a show with Offshore Boats up in Thunderboats Company up in Lake Bluff, and we did a little piece on a motorcycle. I couldn't resist. Are you familiar with motorcycles at all?
Not much.
Okay, well, they've got what they call pit bikes now. They're like miniature versions of big road racing machines, but they're really cute. They're really small and really expensive. I mean, $1,500, $2,000. Have you ever seen them?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you're going to enjoy this when you see it. Chuck, what happened when you were up there?
Well, he was busy bolting up a nitrous system to it, and I kind of got interested in it, and I bought it.
Bought it from the guest that we had on the show. So, but what we want to do is I keep trying to talk Chuck into doing is that I want him to set this bike up on that mini pickup that you have. I think the whole thing would be nice. That's what you have in mind?
Yeah, we have to make a trailer small enough for the bike.
Okay, anyhow, have a nice Christmas, and I'm glad the audience had a chance to meet you. And next, we're going to drag all the girls, and we're going to walk over by the other camera. So, folks, don't go away. We'll be right back. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Well, we have probably, I think it would be appropriate to say, Doug, that you're a professional.
Gee, thanks.
Well, what I mean is as a professional at working, let me step in front of your camera shot, I'm sorry. First of all, let's have your name.
Doug Levine.
And Doug, you do what for a living?
I do corporate videos for a corporation, corporate marketing videos, training videos. And I like this. I like doing this because it's a live aspect. Things are done live most of the time, and it just there's a lot of energy there, especially when the girls walk on.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the obvious question, and this is sort of a busman's holiday to you, you're doing video all day long, and then you come at night and work on our program and do video some more.
Right. This is playtime.
Yeah, and give us a little better feel. I mean, what compels you to do that?
It's different. I was doing another cable show, and I just, it's just different doing different types of shows because you learn a lot of different things about just the way a crew will work together. And the way they'll, bring...
He's being very kind. The fact of the matter is we make him absolutely crazy. He's a professional, and we do everything different. We're a little tough to deal with, aren't we?
There's a lot of times I might say, well, you should do this, you should do that. No, it's supposed to be like that. That's the idea. Okay.
So maybe we're both learning from each other as we go along here.
Yes, yeah, I would say so.
Anything else? By the way, I haven't known you that long. Anything else that we should know about you?
Well, I have 2 kids. I live in Bensenville, and
you see that, girls? He told everyone he wasn't married. Now, talk your way out of that one, Doug.
Yeah, but my wife's at work right now, so
We're on 4 times a week in Bensenville.
Oh God, thanks, Bill. She'll watch it. But no, I basically keep busy with just hobbies. I used to get into radio, and I just like TV now. It's really interesting.
Okay, and certainly we appreciate your help, and again, hopefully you'll bear with us amateurs doing this stuff.
I enjoy it. I really enjoy coming in.
Okay, great. Folks, we're going to do a nice closing goodbye. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, we've got one more person here who's not taking a position tonight, but actually, it's not fair to say Doug's the only professional. You're sort of a professional in video too, aren't you, Frank?
That's right. I work for the Chicago Sun-Times, and I own and operate video production studio.
And what are you doing here with us tonight?
Learning.
No, as a matter of fact, this is sort of a new thing to you, the public access thing, and you've got your name on the list to sign up to take the classes?
That's right, and I hope in a couple of weeks I'll be in.
You know that he really hopes that in a couple of weeks he does this, because right now what we do when the guys aren't checked out on the equipment, they can't really touch the stuff. We have them do all the lug-in work, plug into flats, right? Okay, anyhow, first of all, your complete name is Frank Reby, am I saying it right?
Riki.
Riki.
Right.
Okay, anyhow, first of all, all kidding aside, we do want to thank you for the help that you've given us. We very much appreciate it, and hopefully after you go through the classes, we'll have another member of the crew, and that will really like you.
Right.
Okay, don't know what camera we're on, but folks, don't go away. We'll be right back because the girls are going to tell you Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone.
Motorsports Unlimited really looked different 19 years ago. It was even before we started using an announcer to open and close the show. One thing remains the same though, it's fun to do. Unfortunately, as always, we're out of time too soon with only enough left to acknowledge the fine work of our award-winning production team, including Tom McGrady, Chuck Itzenthaler, Art Lauschat, our webmaster Frank Barbalace, Frank Ricci, John Platania, Mike Sabatino, Robert Stout, Mark Spitzak, Joe Courtney, and Sue Casanda. Special thanks to JBTV's Jerry Bryant. Music is created for us by independent artists Roger Pauley and Jerry Herbert. Of course, we have to take a moment to thank the stars of this edition of Motorsports Unlimited. Gina Niles, Manitha Davis, Lori Johnson, Chris Schatz, Jan Mailer, Angie K, Samantha Bentley,
Janine Lauschat, and our host, Bill Wildt. Me, I'm May Chin, hoping you enjoyed our look back in time and learning how to fix a flat. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
This program made possible in part by support from Bridgestone Firestone and your local Bridgestone Firestone tire retailers.
This program made possible in part by support from Copy That, located in the County Farm Plaza at County Farm Road and Army Trail Road in Carroll Stream, Illinois. This program made possible in part by support from PB Food Products, located on 47th Street at Western Avenue in Chicago, Illinois.
Motorsports Unlimited is produced by Bill Wildt, president of the Motorsport Advancement Crusade.
This program made possible in part by support from J.C. Whitney & Company, located just off I-80 at the Utica exit in LaSalle, Illinois.
This program made possible in part by support from Jimmy's Red Hots, located on Grant Avenue and Pulaski Road in Chicago.
This program made possible in part by support from ABC Auto Parts, located on Ashland Avenue at 138th Street in Blue Island, Illinois.
Motorsports Unlimited was created to raise public consciousness, understanding, and appreciation of the motorsport community and their activities. You can contact us by email at msutv.com, or you can write to Motorsport, P.O. Box 66242, Chicago, Illinois, 60666. We enjoy hearing from our audience. Please let us know what you think.
Next week on Motorsports Unlimited, it's the fall 2008 edition of Chevy Vet Fest. Of course, we can't show you any pictures of the event because we're taping it this coming weekend. You're looking at the promotional mailing. We continue to work hard to get these shows on the air as soon as humanly possible. If everything goes well, we'll have Chevy Vet Fest on the air within 2 weeks of the show. Check out Motorsports Unlimited next week and see how we do.
So that's it, another edition of Motorsports Unlimited and the lovely ladies of motorsports. And be with us next week because we'll have something real exciting. Bill Wildt's going to have the lovely ladies, and just about anything can happen right here on Motorsports Unlimited. Every week at this time, we bring you the best in motorsports. So be seeing ya. Bye-bye. And keep on rocking.